Sarel,
Yes.
how would you feel if I dated one of your exes?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Surprised, I would imagine.
Something you want to tell me? I wouldn't love it.
No.
I wouldn't love it.
What if we didn't date then and we just, like, spent some time together once of an evening with roses and champagne?
Right.
And
a nighttime activity? ... Right.
Yeah. How would that play?
I would hate that. Deeply.
More or less?
Absolutely more. Absolutely more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I ask because today we're talking about when friends and family members, this is wild. Friends is one thing, family members date your ex.
Yeah. This is a juicy one.
This is hell. And from the beef surrounding ASAP Rocky and Drake over our favourite Avon lady, Bad Gal Riri, to from Ant and Dec's drama-filled divorce, we've got some pretty juicy stories to get into. So let's do it. I'm Jack Remmington.
And I'm Sarel. And this is Famously in Love, the podcast where we discuss the highs, the lows, and the absolutely mind-boggling moments of all celebrity relationships.
So expect a lot of moments that will make you go, "Who said what?"
From BBC Sounds, this is Famously in Love.
Okay, so when you're famous, it's almost like being back in school again.
Yeah.
Think about it. There are cliques, gossip, parties, and you see the same faces over and over again, day in, day out. Like, it's a tiny little world.
Yeah.
So the pool of people that you date ends up being a lot smaller than, like, us povos.
Yes.
And therefore, I think it's important to look at some examples of when celebs, friends and family members, I can't even believe we're saying family members.
Family.
I know. And also, a lot of this obviously is allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. Because we love to keep our jobs.
Yes.
And
don't sue me.
not be in prison. Here is when friends and family members allegedly, or confirmed, have dated each other's exes and what happened next.
So the first up, I think it's safe for me to say that this story took over my personal For You page. It took over my life. So first up, we are talking about the Cyrus drama.
Ooh.
Yes. Featuring singer and sister to Miley Cyrus, Noah Cyrus. And her mum, Trish, and her new
Tish.
boo.
It's even more iconic than
this.
Trish. Tish.
I
It's like
always
while
do
you were
this.
sitting around doing
Tish.
I was out making moves.
I always call her Trish. Okay, Tish. Her mum, Tish, and her new boo, Dominic Purcell.
Purcell.
Okay.
Anyway, let's purr on.
Let's continue. So let me give you some context. So we are in this era, so I don't need to set up the scene. It's now, okay?
Yeah.
So July 2022, Tish Cyrus starts dating the Prison Break actor Dominic Purcell. Okay?
Yeah.
In August 2023, Tish and Dominic get married. Beautiful.
Oh, okay, good.
Beautiful. Dum, dum, da, da. Love that.
Yeah.
Miley is maid of honor.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Gorgeous.
However, Noah and her brother are not invited to the wedding. They don't attend.
Miley's siblings do not attend.
February 2024, an article claims that Noah Cyrus and Dominic Purcell were seeing each other before Tish married Dominic. In the same month, another source says Noah and Dominic were never involved in any kind of romantic relationship. So we're getting contradicting situations here. March 2024, a source tells Entertainment Tonight Noah wasn't invited to Tish and Dominic's wedding because she would potentially, and I quote, cause a scene and drama.
T.
Also, I love that for her.
Good old Noah.
Love that for her. You be the drama, baby girl. Again, in March, various outlets are reporting conflicting news on whether Miley knew about Noah and Dominic. I think that does add an extra layer to it. And I think what's sad about the whole thing as well is the fact that Noah actually allegedly was struggling with like substance misuse and she was trying to recover from it and she'd basically been popping some pills. Xanax, I think was the one.
Okay.
And I just feel like she's kind of going through her own thing. And it was also alleged that her and Dominic were F buddies.
Yes.
You know, so it wasn't a full-blown situation. But at the same time...
Your situationship stolen by your mother.
Your mother? I'm
only laughing because it's hell. It's not funny.
Like, where do you even begin with therapy with that? What do you say to your therapist? Listen, I want to broach the question, okay? Do you think, like, when your love life and family life mix, have things gone too far and can it be brought back? Is this rectifiable?
I don't think so.
You don't think they could rectify this?
It's one of those things. Well, it's like even if he's then out of the picture and they divorce and none of them ever talk to him again, it's a forgive but not forgotten thing, isn't it? So I just don't know. I don't know. I'm quite lucky in that I've had very, very few like friendship fallouts in my life, but the ones I have had, that's it. You don't come back from it.
Yeah, right.
And I've never fallen out with my family. So I can't, for me, I can't picture a situation where someone does me really dirty and then I get over it. It's never had to happen to me so far. I'm just like, well, if you've done me dirty, why would I want you back in my life?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's harder with family. I really struggle to put myself in that position. Because I'm also, I think, we're fortunate that our relationships with our family aren't fraught like this.
Yeah, I mean, adding the layer of like your mother dating the person who you may or may not have had a situation with.
It doesn't get easier to say that every time we say it. It's like, so weird.
It's unheard of. Like, even people who live mad lives are like, whoa.
As in, even
Tish,
like,
whoa.
I lost the plot a bit at the fact when we found out that King Charles dated Diana's sister before he dated her.
Yeah.
And that's still nowhere near as, like, at least they're going to be similar in age. This is the mother.
Your maternal, like, do you, at the end of the day, the root of the thing is their relationship just isn't good. Because if their relationship was good, Tish would not have felt comfortable allegedly doing this.
Which is kind of why, though, I'm a bit like, I'm very fortunate in my family situation, but in the same breath, I don't think everybody is destined to be...
A parent?
Well, a parent, definitely not, but also like close with their family. Just because you are family, I don't think inherently means that you have to do any particular thing.
Which is really sad because...
It is.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of queer people whose parents were not accepting of them and so they've never spoken to them again. I absolutely wouldn't say, oh, it's worth reconciling that situation. Absolutely not.
It's true.
So by the same thing, like, obviously this isn't about her sexuality in that sense, but
a betrayal
why are we wanting for her to force a relationship?
True. And I'll be honest with you, if Tish came back to Noah and was like, listen, I'm really sorry, and Tish was like, cool, and then, and bearing in mind in this analogy, I'm Noah, and Noah was like, cool, and then Tish, like 5 years later, was like, hey, Noah, I need a kidney. I'd be like, remember that time?
Right, 100%.
No, but do you remember that time? Sa's going to have to go on a waiting list.
You sound like, that meme when people are like, I'm really sorry that your sister's gone. Yeah, your sister's... No, but like, you share anything about like your sister's gone missing, but I do remember you didn't wish me happy birthday 3 years ago. Like, that's what you sound like.
In 2012, it was actually a really big birthday for me.
You didn't like one of my... pictures which was flopping.
So now I actually can't share. I can't. I'm so sorry.
I wish you the best. Though.
Yeah. Hope you find her. Like,
yeah.
Like, it would be, you're not getting a kidney. Big love to you, mum. But like, no. Sorry.
That's fair, though.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, again, forgive, but don't forget.
No.
But also, if you don't want to reconcile this relationship, she has every right to not... Obviously, don't...
How hard that would be then to move on from that situation.
How old is she? She's young.
She's young.
She's a 24-year-old girl. That's,
to have to go through all that. How old's Dominic? So we've just had wind.
He's what?
That Dominic Purcell, I'm taking that per right back, is 54 and Noah is 24.
Let's do an episode on Dominic. I'm sorry, Tish is getting all the heat here. Dominic, if you did allegedly date a 24-year-old girl at 54, what are you doing? You need to get to a Zumba class. Go find people of your own age. Go find your own age mates.
I can't get over... He was 35 when she started nursery. She was starting secondary school. He was in his 40s.
I know we do need to wrap this up, but I want to know, if Miley knew, how do we feel about that?
Let's not drag Miley.
No, but how do we feel about it? I love Miley Cyrus
too. So
if
Miley knew that they'd... But then I guess the whole thing is, if Miley's busy mates with Tish, then it means she's always going to have taken Tish's side. So whether she knew or not, she probably isn't that close to Noah.
However, I do, and I hold Miley in high regard, I do think that Miley has a moral compass on her.
So
I would like to think she didn't know.
But also, how long ago, like that song, the whole I Got So High That I Found Jesus, they did a duet of that.
Yeah, and they were close at one point, very close. If Miley is not close to Noah, why would she necessarily know this information?
Because she's close to Tish and Tish knew. Or are we saying Tish didn't know?
But
Tish saying she didn't know.
I think Tish knew, allegedly. I think Tish just got to throw one in there, sprinkle it in there. I think Tish knew, but I think Tish won't tell Miley, even though they're busy mates. And I think Noah and Miley aren't close enough for Noah to then go to Miley and be like, oh.
No, I get that.
So in conclusion, they can't wrap this up. They can't reconcile.
No.
No.
But I would like for them to. But I don't know who would need to be on bended knee. Do you know what I mean? As in like...
Tish.
Well, obviously, but I mean... I just can't see it happening now.
Want to delve into more celebrity stories?
Stacey Dooley and Larry Dean dive into some of the most juicy and downright absurd celebrity stories and controversies on their podcast, Famously on Trial.
Listen to every episode on BBC Sounds.
So let's move on to another alleged example when two people who are close end up dating the same person. Okay? Of course, this is Drake, Rihanna, ASAP, Avon Lady.
What a trio.
So, 2005.
Yeah.
YouTube's just been invented.
Wow.
I know, innit? It feels like it's been around for 50 years.
Wow. Only
Not even 20.
2005?
Yeah. We Belong Together by Mariah was the top song of the year. Obviously, 2005, so it's 2 years after Crazy in Love came out in 2003. 2 years before Umbrella came out in 2007, as we know.
Great.
Destiny's Child wore their last matching outfit.
Oh my God.
That's a dairy. And Tom Cruise says he's so in love with Katie Holmes that he jumps on Oprah's couch.
Classic.
He's actually lived like a million lives, that man.
A million lives.
Yeah. So in 2011, ASAP shouts out Drake for helping jumpstart his career in an interview. Now, I think this is a very important point because I feel like as we move forward, Drake probably the whole time has got this I made you mindset. So let's hold on to that. In 2012, ASAP joins Drake on his Club Paradise tour as his opening act. 2014, Drake calls Rihanna his dream girl. She denies ever dating Drake for the second time in 2015. I know, let's Drake is just... 2018, Rihanna says in an interview, her and Drake do not have a friendship. Boss moves. 2021, ASAP and Rihanna confirm they are together and have been since 2019. That's 5 years now.
Love that.
They announced they're expecting their first child together in 2022.
Beautiful baby boy.
At which point, Drake unfollows both of them on Twitter. In 2023, Drake releases For All the Dogs, with fans speculating that lyrics are hitting out of both Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, which they just defo are. So in the intro to Fear of Heights, one of the songs, Drake repeatedly uses the word anti, which is the title of Rihanna's Billboard 2016 smash #1 album.
Fantastic album.
On Virginia Beach, the song, the lyrics include drawing conclusions like you got a Parsons degree or something. I could have treated you better. That's crazy. Rihanna literally has an honorary degree from the Parsons School of Design. Like, it's not fans piecing things together.
Yeah.
These are diss tracks.
Blatant. Yeah.
And then 2024, ASAP releases Show of Hands, which is a song that disses Drake. And then also in 2024, Drake releases Family Matters, which is another song with lyrics that diss ASAP. So it's a back and forth. Where do we sit on diss tracks when they involve a new partner / an ex?
I quite like a diss track, I'm not going to lie. I enjoy, as a listener, I enjoy listening to a diss track.
Yeah.
If it's done well.
Megan.
If it's done well or if it's warranted, in my opinion.
Yes.
Okay? I find it very losery when you do a diss track about someone who literally has been so unbothered by your existence.
Moved on completely.
Do you? Like, we're in 2024 and you're still doing diss tracks for someone who literally said, you aren't, she's not your mate.
No.
I'm not your friend.
That was 6 years ago. She said, I'm not your friend. She's been in a relationship with somebody else and now has children with them for 5 years. And you're still...
And
he's just down bad, isn't he? He's just in love.
And do you know what? The crazy thing is, right, she has announced her pregnancy. He then goes and unfollows. What's the unfollow going to do? I'm sorry, what were you trying to do with that little statement?
What's wild? Yeah, exactly. And that's the point. It is a statement. I would get it. Like, I have had no beef with people that I've dated before, but actually there've been times when I've blocked them solely because I don't want to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go on their page. And so I wouldn't just like hide their posts, whatever. It's no real ag. It's just for my mental health.
Yeah.
But when you're a celebrity, you know that there are 1,000 stan accounts at any one time clocking who's following who's unfollowing
100%.
who. So this was a PR, well, it wasn't a good PR, it was an idiot move, but it was like a thing that he knew. He could so easily have just hidden them.
Absolutely. And my whole thing with Drake is you started off being one of the best lyricists.
And so adored.
So adored.
Like universally
universe, like you were loved. And even when you had your little Rihanna's my dream girl thing, and then Rihanna like pied you off, and then you were obsessed with Nicki, and then Nicki pied you off. Like, my whole thing is with this whole diss track towards ASAP, I do believe that Drake actually thinks that he made ASAP
Exactly.
Rocky's career.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, he holds some resentment that like, how can you
Totally
be with
agree.
the guy that I basically,
Totally
I
agree.
gave him this status.
Yeah.
But ASAP Rocky was talented before and after Drake.
Yeah, I agree. But Drake doesn't think in that way. Like, it's easy for us to be objective and say, okay, whether you gave him a leg up or not, he'd eventually have got there.
Yeah.
Drake doesn't see it like that, because a lot of these rappers are just so... The egos are silly boots, aren't they?
That's the thing. I think his ego was bruised when Rihanna just wasn't taking to any of his
She said
advances.
in Vanity Fair in 2015, my last real official boyfriend was Chris Brown. So that she literally said, we were nothing ever, so don't try it.
Oh, gosh.
I think the issue in Drake's head is whether Rihanna acknowledges a relationship or not. My perception is Drake says, wow, that's my ex-girlfriend and public love of my life. I made you ASAP, and you have now taken her from me, as if she was ever there to be taken from him in the first place, because she's her own agent and she was never. But that's the crux of it. It's not about how Rihanna feels. This is all Drake's head, Drake's emotions, Drake's ego, and his inflated sense of what he and Rihanna are and were.
And also, I love the saying, are you your friend's friend? Like, what he deems ASAP, like his relationship with ASAP, because it's not, I don't think ASAP was like, oh, that's my boy, that's my friend. He's like, this is someone in the industry who helped me and gave me a little leg up. And then Drake is like, my friend dated my ex. Yeah. First of all, you are delusional on both parts. Correct. So let's just go to the drawing board there. Correct. Your friend is not your friend. Your ex has publicly stated, not only were we nothing, not only were you not my ex, I'm not even your friend. I'm not, at this point, you're my stalker. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's giving grown-up reindeer.
It's...
There's no baby about this, baby. Yeah, it's hell.
That was good. Thanks. That was good. But yeah, good luck to you, Drake.
He's down very bad at the moment.
I love a good diss track. I think if it's done well, creme de la creme, chef's kiss. But I think his are so unwarranted, and it's like, you're obsessed with her. You're obsessed with me.
You're obsessed with me.
You're obsessed with me. Like, leave me alone.
It's a bit of a laugh, Danielle.
Do you know what I mean?
It's tongue in cheek.
It's tongue in cheek. Like, get a grip. Now, it wouldn't be fair for me to talk about this topic, right, without giving us Brits a little wave in the game, a little flag.
It's not all about...
It's not all about the Americans.
No.
We also have some juicy, messy tea on our shores, okay?
Yes, we do.
So, I'm going to tell you who the characters are.
Okay.
And I'm going to take you down a story.
Just characters make it easier because you can kind of compartmentalize it as if they're not real people.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So, first off, we've got Aunt McPartlin.
Well done, yeah.
Dyslexia. We've got Lisa Armstrong.
Yeah.
And we've got Anne-Marie
Corbett.
Lisa is ITV and BBC makeup artist.
Queen.
Anne-Marie is Ant's former personal assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say part and parcel, and so would Lisa and Ant, of Lisa and Ant's family dynamic.
Yeah.
Including organising their 10th wedding anniversary. So she's in the helm.
She's in, yeah.
2007. Oh, God. I haven't even started the story and I can feel my blood pressure rising. Ant and Lisa Armstrong get married, okay?
You know, let's not forget, 2007, obviously, Umbrella by Rihanna was released.
Of course. How could I forget? Sorry. Apologies. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Just 4 years after Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
Thank you so much again for that reference. Thank you. I thank you so much. Okay. Are you done?
I could keep going, but I'll stop.
It's okay. So let's set the trends of the era, okay? Thongs are hanging out of jeans, okay? We've got sweatpants with writing on the butt, which, can I just say, let's bring that back.
I think it already is. I think it's chic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it. The first iPhone comes out. 2007.
Wow.
Strong. So in 2017, we've got Ant, who also, for those of you who don't know, this is part of the duo Ant and Dec. okay?
Yes.
Because no one really knows them as Ant McPartlin. I just know them as Ant and Dec, so it's Ant out of Ant and Dec, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in 2007, Ant speaks openly about his drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
In 2018, Ant and Lisa split up, and Ant releases a solo statement.
I thought you were going to say solo single. This is the part when I say I don't want it.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine. No, he
Break-free Ant's
releases
version.
a solo statement. 2018 again, Ant is fined for drink driving and checks himself into rehab. In 2018, again, busy year for these guys.
Isn't it?
Lisa writes a series of tweets about Anne-Marie. 2021.
Corbett, by the way, not the singer.
Yes.
Can you imagine? That would be...
Imagine.
Lisa writes some tweets about Anne-Marie and
Yeah.
says how much she loves the
Loves her
song
music.
Heavy, the acoustic version.
Loved your live lounge performance.
In it.
In 2021, Ant McPartlin and Anne-Marie get married.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know I've said a lot of dates, but I just want to put a pin in that. Anne-Marie is the one who I said at the top of this little spiel of mine was the personal assistant to Ant.
And organised the 10th wedding anniversary party
For Ant and Lisa.
Ab Lisa.
And we've now fast forward to 2021 and tell me why she's walking down the aisle with Ant. Just a quick question.
Not holding Lisa's train.
No. Saying I do. Anyway, we continue. In 2024, and this is the bit that gets me riled up.
Yeah.
Ant and Anne-Marie announced the birth of their baby. Now, I have to make something very, very, very well known. Lisa has struggled with fertility. It's been known. It's a fact. I'm sure she shared glasses of wine with her friend, who, by the way, she'd gone on holiday with Anne-Marie. Her and Anne-Marie are they're friends. They're friends. She's probably shared over a glass of wine. Babe, I'm struggling to have kids. Cut to 2024. Anne-Marie's having a... Do you know how, as a woman, my gut wrenches. Wrenches. I'm not done.
No, I know.
So then, we are in 2024. A friend reportedly tells the Daily Mail Lisa is heartbroken and found out Ant is a dad through the papers. Jack, I could talk about this all day.
Well, all we've got is time.
I want to know, for my final question that I would like to discuss, whether celebrities should tell their ex who they are dating next before they go public.
I don't necessarily think there's a hard and fast rule, but in this situation, I feel it would have been respectful for her to have been told. Do you know what I mean? I don't think every single time a celebrity dates someone new, they need to give a heads up.
No.
But when you met, when you were, 18, we're in a 23-year relationship, over a 10-year marriage.
Yeah.
And then the person it ends up being. If it was just like, if it was all these same things and Anne-Marie was just a model that he'd met whilst he was recording Saturday Night Takeaway,
Yeah.
maybe you don't need to tell Lisa.
If Ant had just met some random woman and had an affair, I wouldn't give a heck. That woman has no loyalty to Lisa. Zero.
This wasn't an affair, right? Or are you thinking it is?
Regardless of whether it was an affair or not, Jack, don't get me angry because now I've had to reposition myself. Regardless of whether it was an affair or not, okay, I'm saying there was still disrespect. There's a level here.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a level here of loyalty that should have been had by both parties, okay? Now, I'm saying it would have been better had it been an affair with some rando because at least that's not your mate.
Yeah.
But your mate and your husband, who also, can I just say, has publicly said he put you through hell and back because he was struggling with mood swings, depression, his drug issues. You've been together for 23 years. You fell in love when he was 18, she was 17. You've lived life together. You've got memories together. You had fertility issues together. You thought that this was going to be the person you spend the rest of your life with, and he does this to you with your friend and PA who knows everything about you guys, including planning your 10th year anniversary.
Wonder where you sit on this one. I'm not understanding at all like what side of the fence you're on. I'm quite intrigued to know.
I am on the
your
side
opinions.
of justice. I am on the side of fairness. I believe that, like, listen, in a way, you can't help who you fall in love with. Fine. But there is a way in which to go about it that's more respectful. Lisa, do you know what I would love to see from you is an Eat, Pray, Love type docuseries. And we go to Italy. Why are you flaring your nostrils?
I was actually capturing a yawn. But I am smiling.
Sorry, is Lisa's heartbreak boring you?
No, I'm just so tired of these men acting like this.
Period. Look at that. That's how you spin it. That's how it's done.
On PR.
Anyways, eat, pray, love. Stay humble.
Yeah, sit down.
It's a lose-lose, but hopefully everybody can be happy in this situation.
Yeah, so it's never okay really to date an ex of someone super close to you, we think. But even beyond that, whether it is or it isn't, it's the heads up thing that was most hell here.
Absolutely.
Like, even in real life, like I say real life, not celeb world.
Yeah.
Imagine someone close to you dating an ex and not telling you and you just finding out on a night out being like, why on earth are they together?
Or on Instagram.
That's hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine just flicking through your IG stories and then seeing your ex
And having a heart attack.
and being like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah. Like Drake did.
Yeah.
Poor old Drake seeing his bestie and his ex.
And his ex in his
Neither
head.
of which are true.
Neither of which are relatively true.
Absolute hell. So there you have it. Men are low down dirty dogs.
Yeah.
Some of them, not all men.
Not all men.
As not all men.
Thanks so much for watching. You can listen to Famously in Love on BBC Sounds or watch on BBC Sounds YouTube channel.
And if you want even more in-depth celebrity stories and controversies, listen to our sister podcast on BBC Sounds, Famously on Trial, with Larry Dean and Stacey Dooley.
Bye for now.